Ever since the checker flag flew out in Phoenix to end the 2022 season with Joey Logano as the NASCAR Cup Series champion, the countdown started for the LA Clash, which happened 2 weeks ago. Martin Truex Jr. won that race, and then after that race ended, the real countdown started. And that is for the Daytona 500, which is the biggest race of the year. A lot of people refer it to as the Great American Race. In the last couple of years, it's been very exciting. We saw Austin Cindric winning last year, Michael McDowell, and there's a lot of crazy things that happened recently, and it would not surprise me at all to see an upset winner. But saying that, I am going to give y'all my predictions on how things play out, and also I am going to do a Pick 5 contest. The rules are the same as last year. Comment your top 5 below. If you go 5 for 5, you get an autograph of your choice, and if you go 4 for 5, you get an unsigned hero card. Comment down below to be entered. Who knows who may win a prize. Enough said here. On to the intro we go.
I'm Chase Briscoe, driver number 14 Ford Mustang for Stewart Haas Racing, and you're watching William Blackwell on YouTube.
If I sound a little stuffy right now, please ignore it because I am sick with something. I don't know what, but yeah, just ignore it, please. But on to the top 5 we go. I believe this year you will see an upset winner. And what I mean by that is a team that didn't make the playoffs last year. And that's what's going to be an upset for me moving forward. A team that did not make the playoffs. And the first team that comes to mind that did not make the playoffs but is really good at plate tracks has to be the Roush Fenway Keselowski cars. But to be exact, their co-owner, Brad Keselowski. Brad Keselowski is one of the best plate racers in all of NASCAR and NASCAR history. He knows what it takes to win here. He won the duel last year in his first outing with the new team. And this year, I believe he's going to go out to Daytona starting on Wednesday night. Put a good qualifying effort together. They're not going to get the pole by any means because I believe the Fords and Toyotas are going to be trimmed out for the race and handling-wise instead of top speed like your Hendrick cars and your Chevy cars are going to do. But I believe they're going to be in a good position heading into Sunday, and they're going to be one of the favorites. And I believe Keselowski will go to victory lane in the Great American Race, and he will check off a playoff spot, and he will be in the playoffs for the 2023 season. Not a big surprise there, but for me it is for a driver that did not make the playoffs last year and really struggled. The second place car is going to be the 47 car of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Last year he had his moments, had a chance to win at Dover if I'm not mistaken. Came close, he needed a caution, but it did not happen. And ever since his big win at Daytona in the Coke Zero 400 back in 2017, his plate results had not been promising at all. But he is so, I don't know, so good at, like, just to count out. Like, he can be up there and get a good result from time to time, but could this be a make-or-break race? Definitely, but I think Stenhouse will make it and will finish second place. Third place, though, and this is going to be an interesting one. It is going to be the 38 car of Todd Gilliland. Todd Gilliland was supposed to go full-time this year with Front Row Motorsports, but that quickly changed after Front Row made an announcement that Zane Smith is going to ride a couple of races with the team this year in the 36 car, but also in the 38 car, which is going to boot out Todd Gilliland. And I believe if he can go out there this weekend and possibly go win the race, something is going to happen with that team and driver. I don't know what, but something will happen. Because they cannot just go out here and win this race and have Gilliland miss a couple of races because of sponsorship or whatnot and miss the playoffs. They can do everything they can if this driver goes to victory lane to keep him on full time. Fourth place, though, will be Justin Haley. Justin Haley was very good in the LA Clash a couple of weeks ago. The race result wasn't promising, but every other thing, the heat race, the qualifying effort, the practice pace, he was very good. And he said it before last week in an interview that he is on a contract year, and he feels like he has to do a lot more than he did in last year's races, and I believe he will. He may go out here and win this race. I don't know. He's a great plate racer, and he has a lot of teammates. At least one guaranteed. The other one being Chandler Smith, who has to race his way in. And I will talk about who will make it in on speed for the Daytona 500 because there's 4 spots available, but there are many drivers going for it, and there's going to be at least 2 going home. In fifth place would be the 41 car of Ryan Preece. Ryan Preece had a phenomenal outing at the LA Clash, did not win the race, but had an electrical issue at the end, which caused him to lose some momentum on the straightaway. And once you get past on the outside or the inside, you're done. And that's what happened to Priest, and it was an unfortunate event that took place, but he'll bounce back and have a good outing in the Daytona 500, a race he's been very good in the past, whether that's racing for the 15 team, the 37 team of JTG Daugherty Racing. He's got a lot of going for him, and I believe he's going to be a contender, and he just has to avoid the big wrecks, which I believe will be a common thing this weekend in all 30 series, trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. Just got to avoid it. The best thing to do is just ride around in the back. A lot of people hate it, but I believe that's the best way to go about it. Just ride around. They do not pay the checker flag win points and playoff spots at lap 10 or lap 50, at lap 100, lap 150. You got to ride around. You may be able to ride around to lap 180, and once 180 hits, you got 20 laps to go. And that's when all hell breaks loose, and that's when you got to work your way up front. But until then, just ride around, because I don't see the good in doing that. But saying that all, there is my top 5. Brad Keselowski in first place. Second place, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And in third place, Todd Gilliland. And in fourth place, Justin Haley. And in fifth place, Ryan Preece. And my dark horse is obviously going to be Ty Dillon. But we're looking at the 4 open spots for the 500, and there's going to be 2 drivers going home. I believe in the Wednesday night qualifying efforts, we will see Jimmy Johnson and Zane Smith locking themselves into the Great American Race by speed. And I believe from the duels, there's going to be 2 drivers going to the 500. I believe one of them is going to be Austin Hill. He's a phenomenal plate racer, and you can never count him out. And the second one, I'm really going to count out Connor Daly. I don't think he's had enough practice to race at a plate track and to mess around and make it the main event. I believe he's going to struggle. So it comes down to Chandler Smith and Travis Pastrana. Chandler Smith has never driven a Cup Series car, the next-gen car, and neither has Pastrana. But Pastrana has a tad bit more experience when it comes to driving new cars on the fly and being successful. In saying that, I believe Pastrana will make the Great American Race. But enough said here. Comment down below your top 5 to be entered in this week's Pick 5 contest, and who knows, you may win a prize. Please like and subscribe.